Hey friends, happy Wednesday. Man, I hope this works. I'm using the new platform. I don't even know. It says it's thinking. All right. It says I'm on. I don't know. I've been avoiding using the new Facebook platform for every time I went on to start a live. It's like, do you want to change the old platform? And I was like, yeah. And this time I kept clicking use the old platform, but it kept not letting me. So I sure hope y'all can hear me. I see the comments, but I don't know what is happening. I don't see that it's telling me, I don't see that anyone's logged in. Maybe that's because no one is. But usually it tells me in the little corner, how many people are here. So I'm just going to ramble for a few minutes because I honestly just don't know. I'm in live producer. I don't know. I should learning new things. Let's see. Ooh, there's my old one. Oh my God. I'm going back to the old one. If you're on here, oh my God, Renata, you're in here. Maybe I'll just stay. I popped open another video and it's telling me I could go back to the old way of doing Facebook. Hi, Beth. I'll just stay. So how's everyone doing? Life is great over here. Kind of. Life is crazy over here. And I'm sure life is crazy everywhere, right? But today I'm really excited. I know that we have been talking. Oh, yes. Thank you, Renata. It was confusing. I think I know it's working. You guys are here, but it just, it looks different. It looks different, so I don't like it. I'm missing my graphic tee today, which I don't really like. I like, I've been sporting the graphic tees, and I'm in a florally sweatshirt today. I don't know. You know what? My hair's done. My face is done. Queso? Heck yeah. Send some to Colorado. Give everyone, like I said, a few minutes to jump on. I'm really excited about today. We have a lot of new people in this group. A lot of you are OGs. You've been here for a while. So we're going to go back. A lot of the stuff we're going to cover today is stuff we've covered in previous episodes, previous trainings. But I wanted to circle back around to it today because we've been talking all about the loans and the money out there, right? There's the EIDL loan, there's the PPP loan, and we're getting to the point where people just are so sick of hearing about it. So you'll see that I have started putting other content back out on this page. I think we're talking about crypto again this week, just to balance the stress that I think talking about these loans causes with some normality. Not really a word, but we're going to call it a word. So I am going to start mixing in this stuff again. I am going to my Monday trainings. I'm going to keep moving forward and keeping those and keep those going non-COVID related. Those Monday is the day that we always had a training every Monday morning. And the last probably 3 or 4 weeks, it's been COVID-19, loans, this, that, and the other. So we're going to go back to Mondays being business stuff, whatever I had planned originally. We're going to get back on track. All right. And then I think on Wednesdays at this time, we'll do some probably COVID-19 updates, or I don't know. We're going to do something. And then on Fridays, we'll do some Q&As. So my plan is to show up for you guys 3 times a week, but start incorporating some normal stuff in there. Because although, yes, lots of our main concerns right now are filling out these applications and getting this grant money and this loan money and all that, business is still, we're still running a business to some, varying degrees for sure, but there is still a business to run and still business finances to deal with, right? So today is going to be kind of a mix of those, I guess, because what we're going to talk about today is going to help you right now, because I think right now we are all in a place where cash flow is a concern for us, right? Whether our income has dwindled completely, whether our income is just down, whether we're in a place like I am where up till probably last week, we seemed pretty normal. Hi, Kelly. Income seemed pretty normal just in our industry because we were still doing all the tax work that we normally did. But looking forward, it's really gone down. Probably last week, this week, and next week usually are like biggest income generating weeks of the year, right? Because there's 3 of us in the business working who knows how many hours of billable time and generating all that revenue. That typically gets us through our rest period of May and part of June. And then we ramp back up again and we start doing tax planning and extensions. Well, this year we did not. That extra big cushion of revenue that normally comes in isn't coming in. So we have to keep the revenue going. Okay, so knowing that what has to be done, right? So I don't know about you, but I know when they announced these SBA loans, it was like, great, this gives me a few weeks of cushion to figure out what I'm doing. They'll give me this money. And then when I get the money, I'll have a few weeks to figure out what to do, right? How to make more income or cut my expenses or whatever it is. The money never came. We don't know when the money's coming. So at this point, the moral of the story, the lesson, the biggest takeaway we need to bring forward is we're not counting on the government assistance. All right. If you follow Jamie Troll's page, you heard her say that this morning. You heard me say it on Monday. When it comes in whatever form you're anticipating it coming in, whether it's the EIDL loan, the PPP loan, unemployment, if you've applied for it there, your stimulus payment, whatever avenue you're expecting this government money to come through, when it gets here, great. Okay, we'll figure out where best to put it at that point. But right now, we got to figure out how to keep business going without that help, right? Because you guys have heard me say it time and time again, okay? The whole purpose of this group and me just showing up for you guys and Jamie showing up for you day after day is we want to see all of you guys and your businesses come out on the other side of this craziness intact still, all right? And you guys, if you do things right, I firmly believe that if you can when you make it to the other side of this pandemic and you've pivoted in the ways that we're going to talk about today, your business is going to be better for it. All right. And I know that's hard to hear right now, especially if you're in an industry that's been hit hard, that is worrying about laying off, your employees and wondering how you're going to pay rent. But let me and Jamie help you, all right, help you work and pivot and guide, you through this so that you come out stronger, all right? It's a crappy situation we're in, but let's make the most of it. And making the most of it means keeping our business in business and finding ways to make it better, all right? So today, now that I spent 8 minutes talking about where we're going, let's get there. So we're talking about cash flow today, right? And we're going back to basics, meaning we're not relying on any of this loan mumbo jumbo, okay? This is in our business. How do we fix this? All right, so I think I have it down to like 3 or 4 steps. I don't have them labeled, so we're just gonna go in order. Ask questions as we're here. I really don't like that it doesn't tell me how many people are in this group now or like watching live, just because then I know how many questions to expect. But thank you, Beth. Thank you, Renata. Thank you, Kelly, for saying you're here. If anyone else is here, just let me know you're here so I know how many people are chilling with us live. And when you watch it on replay, let me know that too. All right, so the first thing, you guys, is figuring out your monthly cash requirement. Your monthly cash requirement, that's not really, like, it's not a technical term, but to me what that means is how much money does it cost to run your business for a month? All right, that is your monthly cash requirement. All right, so we're gonna start at the top with your cost of goods sold. Um, we've heard a lot about cost of goods sold with the EIDL loan application the last few weeks. What I'm talking about here, your cost of goods sold, is the cost of the materials, the labor, and the supplies to make the product that you sell. All right, if you have no product, you have no cost of goods sold. Come back to me in a couple minutes. But for those of you that have product, you have a cost of goods sold. And so what you guys need to be doing now in terms of your, hi Karen, in terms of your cost of goods sold is cutting back on your supplies and your materials and your costs and ordering only what you know you're going to sell. Okay, you do not want to lock your cash up in inventory right now. Okay, because if your sales slow or stop, you want to have cash, not excess inventory. All right, are you with me there? Okay, so don't go loading up on your inventory, because if your sales stop, you're just going to be left with a garage full of materials and no cash to pay all of your other bills that are sitting here. All right, so really cut back and order only what you absolutely need. All right, and this is a balancing act, I know, but that's going to be step one if you have a product and if you have a cost of goods sold. All right, the next thing I want you to look at are your expenses. All right, I want you to review all of your expenses. All right, and I want you to cut, pause, or reduce what you can. All right, we're going to start with cut. Cut anything that you don't need anymore. All right, do not get stuck in the trap of, oh, it's only $5 a month, or, oh, you know what, I'm grandfathered into this great price, and I don't want to risk, losing that price in case we decide to use this product again later, right? If you're not using it, get rid of it. Okay, cut it. All right, another option. Sorry. In addition, I'm sorry if you can hear my dogs, quarantine life, right? It's also a time to make sure you are cutting your non-essential spending, your travel, your meals, your memberships, anything that you are not using right at this moment, okay, that is not essential to your business, to making money, you guys need to consider cutting, all right? Now, an alternative to cutting those expenses is pausing. Pause anything you aren't using right now. Okay, you can resume it again when you need it again. You guys have heard this. I think I gave a lot of this spiel probably 4 weeks ago, when this COVID first came out. But I paused my course making membership. Right, I started making a course back in December. Tax season came, I stopped. I was still paying that money every month. I'm still not creating the course. I'm hoping to, start that back up in the next few weeks. But until then, I paused it. All right, pause or suspend. That was easy. I used Kajabi, you guys, and I sent an email to support, and they were like, okay, you're done. Just let us know when you're ready. I was like, cool. And a lot of those software products are being very, very helpful in letting you pause that. All right. And then the other thing we said, cut, pause. The next one is reduce. All right. Reduce any expenses that you are overpaying for. Maybe it's the extra $20 a month for your unnecessarily fast internet. Although at this point in time when there's, 4 of us using internet, kind of like the fast internet, but go with me. Or maybe you have unused cloud storage space. Maybe you're paying $20 a month for a terabyte of space and you're using, 5 gigs. All right, look at those and figure out if there's anything you can reduce to save, to decrease that, your monthly cash requirement. Okay, so those are the 3 things. So what did I say? Cut, pause, and reduce your expenses in your business. All right, then you want to consider all the other outgoing cash items you have. Okay, because this is all a part of your monthly cash requirement. Okay, so we're talking, loan payments, owner's draws, if you're taking owner's draws, right? Those don't show up on your P&L, but there's still money that comes out of your bank account. Okay, so we're monthly credit card payments, loan payments, leases, again, money you take out of your business as draws for your personal expenses. All right, all of those things, all right? And when we are in a state of emergency, you guys, make sure you're looking to minimize outgoing cash flow. Consider the following, all right? And some of you guys are gonna be like, I never, but you know what? Drastic times, drastic measures, okay? Make only the minimum payments on your debts. If you need to save as much cash as you can, that's an option. decreasing the amount of money you have to take out of your business. So we talked about those draws, meaning the money you take out of your business to pay your personal expenses. Okay, well, just like we reviewed our business expenses a moment ago, now I want you to do the same thing on your personal expenses. Because if you can cut, reduce, and pause your personal expenses and minimize or lessen how much you have to take out of your business to deal with your personal expenses, leaves more cash in your business for those things that you don't have the flexibility on. All right, are you with me? All right, so we cut and paused and reduced our business expenses, and now we're going to do the same thing on our personal level so that we have to take less money out of our business to fund our personal expenses. Cool? So now that you have minimized your outgoing cash flow, right? We minimized our cash requirement. You're going to figure out what your cash requirement is. What is your monthly cash requirement? So you're going to take your revised cost of goods sold. Since we've cut what we're ordering, you're going to take your revised expenses, your revised debt payments, and your revised owner's draws. All right. You're going to add all 4 of those up. Boom. That is your monthly cash requirement within the business. That is how much money your business needs to make in 1 month to pay your bills. All right. I'm going to take a pause real quick if you have a question on that section. All right. So that section is reviewing your cash requirement, your cash out. All right. I'm going to take some water. I'm so going to go over on time, and I have a 3:00 team meeting, but it's fine. I'm not going to talk faster. I'm trying to get better at that. All right, Renata. Thank you, Renata. I'm glad you guys find it useful. Okay, so now that we know what our monthly cash requirement is, we're going to look at what is our cash reserve. Okay, we're going to look at the balances in all of our bank accounts, our checking, our savings, our emergency funds. Consider whether you have any personal funds that you could flush into the business if you needed to. All right, maybe your regular checking, your savings, your emergency funds in your personal. What can you put into your business? Okay, that's your total cash reserve. All right, so we're going to take, like I said, our business funds. We're going to add our personal funds that are available. That's our cash reserve. Now, once you have that cash reserve, I want you to divide it by the monthly cash requirement we explained in the first step. All right, and that is how many months you can go if not one more dollar of revenue comes in your store or in your business. And you guys, sorry, I am following. Oh my gosh, amateur move, bro. Let me find my Slack. So I created, if you guys don't already have it, it's the PDF I made, How to Disaster Proof Your Small Business, a financial playbook for small business owners. If you don't have that already, I need you to go download it because I'm basically going through this step by step, explaining it to you guys in this live. But it's a workbook that has all of these formulas, all of this information in it. Let me see if I can give you guys the link. Amateur move. Let's see. There it is. I'm going to put it here, and then when we're done, I will go back and put it in the description so people have it before they even start. It's going to ask for your email because that's where it's going to shoot it to you. It's going to shoot it to your email. Most of you guys are probably already on my email list, but that's just how the system all works. Okay. Resuming programming. Where to go? There we go. Wrong one. Too many PDFs. Okay. So now where are we? We know how many months we can cover our cash. Okay, so I said that's where we left off. We had our monthly cash requirement in step 1. We figured it out, right? Then we reviewed our cash reserve. We took our cash reserve, divided it by our monthly cash requirement, and that's how many months. So let's say, you guys, okay, so let's say let's use real figures, all right? Let's say your monthly cash requirement is $20,000. It takes you $20,000 to run your business for a month after you've cut as much as you possibly can. All right, and then you go and you look up all your savings everywhere, and you have $45,000. All right, so we take that $45,000 in cash reserve, divided by $20,000 for our cash requirement, and we end up with just over 2 months of cash of money. That means if we don't get another dollar in the door, we can survive for little over 2 more months, as long as we keep our spending to our budget. And are you with me there? Okay. So now the next step I want you guys to do is look at your cash in. We're going to analyze our revenue. All right. And with this step, you guys, you have to be honest. Okay. I want you to create honest projections of your next 3 months. All right. I don't want you to look at last year's and just copy it into this year's. Obviously, this next 3 months is going to look vastly different than the same 3-month period from last year. All right. So here's a couple questions I want you to ask yourself when you're making this analysis. Okay. There's 2 big questions. All right. It's, will your demand be affected? And will your ability to supply your goods or services be affected? All right, so will your demand be affected? What that means is if your revenue depends on people going out, if your revenue depends on customers having discretionary income, your demand's going to be impacted, right? People are not going out. People are not spending money the way they used to, okay? So that, you got to be honest with yourself here. So will your demand be affected? That's the first thing you need to ask yourself. The next thing, will your ability to supply your good or service be affected? So this one is going to vary vastly from person to person, from business to business. All right, but you got to think about your suppliers, your vendors, your contractors, your employees, and even yourself. Okay, and have any of these resources, have any of their ability to serve you and your business been impacted? You know, do you have suppliers who have gone out of business? Do you have vendors who are working a lot less and so available to you less? Do you have, some suppliers are going or are increasing their prices, right? So that's going to affect you. If your employees, are they able to work? Are you not able to work? And I said, and even yourself, all right? Whether you're sick or you're just working from home now, and so you're able to be less productive, or you're balancing being a business owner with being a homeschool teacher, right? So many of you guys out there doing this, all right? Looking at all of these, it's going to affect your ability to provide your good or service to your clients, all right? So you have to dig down deep and be honest on this part. Can't help you with this one. This is some soul searching, all right? I'm going to scroll. There we go. I'm going to tell you I'm scrolling because it froze. All right, so the next thing, you guys, after you've analyzed that cash flow, make a projection, right? Make some budgets, make some projections, and figure out, okay, with these changes that we're anticipating, right? With this decrease in demand or this decrease in the ability to provide our service, all right? This is where we think our income is going to be for the next 3 months, all right? So figure that out. All right. And at this point, this is where we're going to get creative. All right. We got to start filling the revenue gaps. And at the beginning, when I told you that this pandemic, this craziness can actually be a tool to make our businesses stronger and better, this step right here is what I'm talking about. All right. So fill the revenue gaps. So what can you do to produce additional or alternative income streams? All right, in times like this, where we are facing unprecedented challenges, you guys, you have the opportunity to think outside the box, you guys, and serve people in a way that is also unprecedented. Unprecedented. Just ruined my inspiration with not being able to say words. It's fine. It's a long day. So consider how you guys can help your current clients get through this crazy time. Okay, so this is the first one. How can you help your current clients get through this crazy time? Okay. Me, I'm serving you guys with this, teaching you guys, walking you through all of these COVID-19 things going on, right? Some of you in here are my clients, some of you are not, but everything I'm putting out here, this is all available to my current clients. It was, how can I help my current clients get through this crazy time? All right. And what you guys need to do is just find your clients' new pain points. All right, what they need from you has changed. So what you're giving them needs to change. All right, so find those pain points and start solving them for your clients. All right. So in the workbook, if you guys download it, it says, what new issues are your current clients facing in this new economy? You're going to do some brainstorming. All right. Next thing is get creative. Okay. How do you help your clients navigate those pain points? All right. In order to solve these problems, again, you might have to change your offerings or how you're serving clients. You know, a lot of personal trainers are a great example, right? They use, you have so many personal trainers who are teaching classes, doing one-on-one service, right? They can't do that anymore. So how many of you guys know at least one personal trainer who now has an online presence, right? They're putting this online content out there for their clients and for those of you that aren't clients, right? But they're serving their community. They found this pain point of people not being able to go to the gym, and they're solving it. All right. And number 3 under this is consider how you can expand your clientele. How can you serve a new audience or demographic? The coolest, you guys, example I've seen is an event center was closed because no more weddings, no more events, right? And they turned the event center into a daycare center for emergency personnel. How cool is that, right? So that's an extreme, but they pivoted, right? They figured out how to get new clients with a new avenue, all right? And this pivot is what's going to make you stronger when everything comes in, because this pivot is going to keep cash coming in now when your main source of income has frozen or decreased or, dwindled, okay? But when we get, I don't want to say back to normal because I think our normal is going to look a lot different going forward. But when we get to the point where your original business plan can be put back into place, right? Where restaurants can go back to having people eat in their restaurants, where gyms can start having people working out in their gyms again. When we're able to bring back our original income stream, you now have this new income stream here as well that you had to create, that you created out of necessity. Okay. Nobody's making you stop that. When this comes back, keep this going, and you now have a bigger, better, stronger business. All right. Cool. So we have already talked about it, but that's it. That's what I want to talk to when we talk about back to basics, because these steps are steps that you should be taking in any environment, you guys. Because like I said, we all got so gung-ho reliant on these loans that we were, that we thought were going to come to us faster, that a lot of us stopped practicing those basics. All right. So just to remind you guys I gotta scroll. I need to make a little easier list. So step 1, you're going to figure out your monthly cash requirement. Step 2, I love that song, Karen. Now I'm singing it in my head. But I just say 1 is figure out your monthly cash requirement and minimize it as much as possible. Cut those expenses, pause, and reduce. All right. And then review your cash reserve so you know how many months of cash you have should income stop, or should you need you might have a time frame where you're implementing this new plan, but in that meantime, you don't have income coming in. So how long can you survive with the cash you've got, right? So review your cash reserve and then analyze your cash in, figure out in real heart to heart with yourself and your business, how much cash do you really anticipate bringing into your business during the next 3 months? We'll start with 3 months. All right. Hopefully it's not longer. Well, if it is, we'll get there, and then fill in those revenue gaps. All right. And that's the part, you guys, that I smile and it excites me, because this part here, again, is going to be what makes us better. Okay. It's going to make our business better. It makes us better servant leaders because we're finding new ways to serve our communities. All right. We're not just sitting back and saying, we got, things will work out. Okay. This is problem solving at its finest. And it's going to be it's going to be the step that keeps businesses afloat. And people who avoid this step are going to be the ones that struggle and possibly go out of business. All right. So fill those revenue gaps and get creative. All right. So Thank you. I didn't go over time. I thought I spent too much time on the first few steps and I was going to go over, but I didn't. Yay. So if you're joining late, I just want to remind you guys that starting Monday, when our lives, our 10 a.m. Colorado time lives, are going to go back to non-COVID things. We're going to get back into incorporating some normal content into our routine. I will still show up for you guys probably Wednesday afternoons, giving you some updates, more COVID-19 updates, or maybe Friday. I don't know exactly what it looks like, but I'll definitely be here for you guys live at least twice a week, so we can balance that normal business stuff with COVID business stuff, and serve you guys in every way possible. Let me know what questions you have. What areas do you guys need help with? All right. I will put out as much content as you guys need, but I want to make sure I'm answering what you guys have trouble with, what you guys need help with. All right. So I'm not going to spend time coming on here guessing. Tell me what you need and I will give you what you need. And last but not least, please share. If you have other small business owners, people in your community who need to hear this, please share mine and Jamie's pages. We just, like I said, I have it strong on my heart to just help as many businesses freaking get this message in and help them get through this. And there's so many business owners that don't know this stuff. And so they need our help. And we're only as strong as our community. So I will keep providing content to help you. I need y'all to keep sharing this content, getting people in here who need this help. All right. I am off to my team meeting. I'm already a minute late and they're probably texting me. Yep, they're texting me asking where I am. All right. Bye, guys.